Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 5. Back again to look at another new route. And this time it's the Mittenwaldbahn, which is a route from Innsbruck to a place. Hang on.
Stephen mods.
Aaron, thank you very much indeed. 2 month streak. 9 of the months. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, Innsbruck to a place I can't remember. I can't see that much on my screen. It's Innsbruck to a place. So that's what we're doing. I've not seen anything of this route. I've not done the training on the train with the train training. So I'm going to be doing that in a second. And then doing a 4-line run. And then we'll see after that. If this goes out on the YouTubes, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, hello. This may be going out on a Saturday. I think. Possibly. Maybe. There'll be links in the description below to where you can get the route. A link down there to a Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy. And a link down there to the Discord server as well. As always, a huge thanks to Dovetail for allowing me to bring this to you early. Streaming this on the day before release. For those watching live, for those watching on YouTube, it released earlier in the week. And yes, Aaron, back to work tomorrow after a weekend away that I've just had for my birthday in Belgium, where it wasn't just Brussels this time. Right, so let's do the train training. It's the OBB 1020, I think, is the one I've got to do. No, that's not the one I want. No, that's not the one I want either. Train modules, there we go. OBB... Let's have a look, see if I can find you. I'm guessing they're in alphabetical order. In that case, he's going to be all the way down here somewhere. Unless I've just gone past it. I've probably gone past it then. Okay, so we'll scroll back up then. Okay, where are you, train? Ah, there it is. Right, OBB 1020, Introductione. That is what we're going to do then. Because, well, that's what we need to do. I said I've seen no content on the route. No idea. But I think there are cows. That seems to be my only take of this.
In this training module, you'll be taken through the operation of an OBB 1020 electric locomotive. During this brief introduction, you'll cover the critical driving controls and freight operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
Okay.
During this brief introduction, you'll cover the critical driving controls and freight operations. When you're ready, climb aboard to get started.
You just told me to do that. You're telling me again? Let's just, hang on, let's do a thing. Right, that's that done. Climb aboard to get started. Hi, Nico. Right, let's get the ladder type thing. I'm guessing.
Take a seat in the driver's position.
Hang on!
This is where you'll be spending most of your time.
I haven't got in the cab yet. I can't sit down until I get in. That's the thing. Okay, right. Take a seat in the driver's seat. There isn't a seat. We stand.
First, we will apply the loco brake to ensure the loco does not roll away.
Useful.
Now we can unlock the brake with the brake key.
Hang on. I haven't done the first thing yet. Locomotive brake. Nope. That's pantograph. No, apply. Okay. Oh, unlock the brake key. Okay. Unlocked.
Apply the train brake now and release the loco brake again.
Eh? Okay. Set a loco brake to release. Okay, there's a lot amount of brakes going on here. Release.
Next,
okay.
we turn the master key to enable the desk. Now we can raise the pantograph Close the MCB and enable all electrical systems.
Okay. Raise. Oh, I made a noise. MCB to set. Oh, no. Oh, that definitely made a noise. Battery charger to on. Ooh, making lots of clicky noises. Set the control supply to on.
Turn on the fan. Under heavy load, you might need to set these to high.
Set the blower to slow or fast. Well, I've just done that.
Enable the headlights. Each lever controls one light on this locomotive.
Okay, on. On. On.
Now we can set the reverser to forward and release the brake.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember any of this, am I? Reverse it into forward. That's that. Oh, that made a clunky noise. Set the train brake to running. We've done that. It's running. Oh, there we go.
Now we can set the reverser to forward and release the brake.
I've just set the reverser into forward.
To make sure you don't overload the motors, watch the ammeters in front of you to stay within limits while applying power. The locomotive is now ready to go. Use the throttle to apply some power to get moving.
Right, okay. Oh god, that made a noise. This... why... I can cope with the key.
Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to the center position. The train will then coast on level ground and only slow down very gradually.
Well, there isn't an off.
Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of braking force using the train brake.
Okay.
First built in 1944 as the E94, the German version of the locomotive, it has done both passenger and freight operations for ÖBB and DB. Combined, the E94 and ÖBB 1020 had 200 units produced and now still run 80 years later.
Blimey.
Combined, the E94 and ÖBB 1020 had 200 units produced and now still run 80 years later.
Sense of deja vu going on there. One day Dovetail will get a tutorial right. We're waiting. It's also just got very loud in here as well. Oh, this thing's going to be a pain to stop because the brakes just... I release the brakes. Okay, this is going to be an interesting journey. You release the brakes and they take like 10 minutes to come off. Yeah, the train brakes aren't good. And I think it's a mountainous route. Gonna stop. There we go.
The freight wagons are behind you. Change the direction with the reverser, then change the junction indicated either by walking over to it or using the map. The freight wagons are behind you. Change the direction with the reverser, then change the junction indicated either by walking over to it or using the map.
Again, sense of deja vu going on here. Okay. Yeah, we know exactly, yeah. Mouse switch off. Okay, it won't go into reverse. Why won't you go into reverse? It's not letting me go into reverse. Why? Forwards, yes. Off. Hang on. Have we got to have the brakes? Throttles off. Forward, yes. No. Or is it? We've got to have the brake key locked to go into reverse? No. Hang on, we've got to push this thing down. Oh, reverse lock. Ah, hang on. There we are.
The junction is correctly aligned and you can now couple up to the freight.
Why didn't you tell me about the reverse
Stop
lock?
once your locomotive
I'm an idiot,
gently
remember.
touches the wagons. The junction is correctly aligned and you can now couple up to the freight.
Yes, I know.
Come to a stop once your locomotive gently touches the
You've told me that. Did I actually read? Anybody actually do these tutorials from Dovetail? Right. Well, that seems fast. Well, don't stop. No, did I say stop? The brakes are... Brakes off. Brakes off. Right, can we go again now? There we are. Good afternoon. We might be hitting these at speed. Oops. That went well. Come on. You can do it. Slowly. Really? Come on. Come on. Come on. Forwards. Go on. Go on. You know you want to. Just go forwards a little tiny bit. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm scared of applying too much power in case I back there. Right. Set the train brake to running. I've done that. Is it waiting me to do that now? Come on. The train brake's running. Look, it says running and everything. Oh, finally. Throttle. I don't need to. I'm like duck. I'm attached to the things. Why do I need to? Why you want me to increase the throttle now? I'm attached to the. Hello. I don't. Oh, hang on, is it already attached? Am I going to go back into forwards then? Doesn't look like we're attached. I need to go and check. There. If you try turning it off and turn it on again. Yeah, I know. Right. Okay. Let's go and stand in the stand place. Right. So can I go forward again now? Well, I've got to do the reverse lockout. That won't let me go into forwards. What are you doing to me? Okay. I think we're done with the tutorial. Yeah, it'll be fine. One day, Dovetail will create a tutorial that works. I'm waiting for it. We've been waiting a couple of years now. And just, you know, one day. Audio volume the same all the way through, telling you how to do everything correctly. We can only hope. Right, okay. So, route. Timetable. We try that train. The 6:56 from Garmisch to Innsbruck. We'll change it to July. What can possibly go wrong? Driver. It'll be fine. Right, unlock doors. Well, passengers are getting on. But I don't want to go to Innsbruck. Oh, God, my pants aren't up. Oh, I've got to do the whole pants thing. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, so it started as cold and dark. I can't remember how I put the power on. Was it one of these switches? No, that was lights. Blowers off, train heating off, battery charging. That won't do anything. Compressor won't do anything. It's not letting me do the pantograph. It won't let me do. Control supply won't let me do. So it won't let me do anything. Hang on, master control switch. Hang on. Control supply on. There we go. Pantograph raised. Circuit breaker set. Blowers on slow. Battery charging on. Signal lights. Right. And then this one. Left. Okay. Let's do the brakey thing first. Yeah, that's fine. No, I've done it now. Train brake on shutdown. Locomotive brakes on hold. Release the loco brake. Lock doors. Okay. Objective complete. Stop in Clace in 6.7 miles. Okay. So if I now do nothing. Hang on, reverser. There we go. We're moving. There's movement. That's definitely train-like. God, I've got to come off power. Right, where are we stopping? That place, Mittenwald, Scharnitz, Geisenbach. See, why are you stopping? Why have you stopped now? I turned the... Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, we moved for about 100 yards. Right. Power controller. Power controller only goes to 7. Right. And I'm not getting any power. Have I got to wait till that number drops to 0? Why can't the tutorial tell me these things? That meter's going in and out. Right, is that now going to drop to 0? Does that mean I'm now going to get power? Yes. Oh God, you got to be... Right. Okay, this is going to be a long journey. This thing's... I thought step changes were difficult to drive, but blimey, we can still see the station. It does sound like the brakes are dragging. Locomotive brakes off, train brakes in. Running, there we go. Right, I'm definitely wary of this power controller. Don't know why the view puts me in the back one. Okay, well it's mountainous. That's a curvy road. Okay, we're moving. Movement is happening. It's the first train I've done in Trains in World with no seat. Hopefully the driver doesn't have to put in a long shift in this thing. Stood up. Right, it's a slow accelerate. I don't want to see the back. There we go. I can see how we're not due there for another, what, 8 minutes. And it's 6 miles away. And I'm guessing this is going to be quite an uphill sort of route. And single track. I'm just concerned about not speeding. This power controller thing's really sensitive. Right, there we go. Well, you made a noise. Why are you making a noise? Why is it going into a... What? Are you going to apply the brakes now? I haven't touched the controller. I haven't touched the thing. Was that I'm going uphill? Okay, so I need to apply a bit more power. What's he doing? Why are you slowing down? Yeah, I'm now slowing down. Yeah, but I didn't touch the controller. The power's staying in now. There we go. Well, the power controller set at about 4, and then it went off. Now it's set at 7. That's too many of the numbers. No, off. No. Okay. Right, I'm not touching the controller. But it's now going 5, 4, 3, and I haven't touched anything. How is this thing? Right, now if I increase the controller, it doesn't do anything. I don't even think we're going to get past the first stop on this. I've driven some difficult trains in World in my time, but blimey McCharlie. I'm only touching the power controller. I'm not touching it at all, and it's increasing on its own. You saw me do the tutorial. It hasn't taught me how to drive the train. So I get a little bit of, learning whilst doing. Alright, so if I decrease the controller now. The amps drop. I think it's almost like a step change, but for voltage. So now I'm not touching anything. And yet the power's dropping. And that needle on the very right is going from full to half to off. I get that the speed's dropping now, so going uphill. So if we're holding at 39 of the powers. So if I increase the power, blimey. Now it's a 3% gradient. That's quite gradienty. And scenery looks nice. Right. And now it's oh god. Now the power's going wild. Right, and again, I'm not touching the power controller. It's doing this all by itself. All by myself. Oh, the service coming the other way. Doesn't expect to be on time. I think it's a miracle that we're actually moving in a forward direction. Right, it's getting less hilly. So that's a, well, I suppose a good thing. I'm just going to leave the controller alone. I'm glad we're going up. I would have wanted to do this on the way down. Yeah, I totally don't get how the power controller's working because I'm not touching it. Oh god, I've got a red coming up. No, it's gone green, thankfully. Right, that's power back in. I bet it's going to stop me now. Don't stop me now. I'm guessing this should be a passing point. You know, nice looking route, I'll give it that. I should have maybe chosen one of the other trains that I might have been able to actually drive. Oh god, it's speeding up again now. I haven't touched anything. What are you doing? Why is it? No, I'm going to have to come off the power again now because we're going to speed. Right, motor switch to motoring. So I've got no power. I don't mind its slow reaction, but it's when the power controller is set at one thing and now it's decreasing. It just seems as though I've got no input into what it's doing. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do what I like. You're just along for the ride. Well, we were due at the first stop a minute ago. I don't think it's a speed limit thing. Hi, Trent. The amp powers, or the amperages, the ampy doodle doodles. You know, it's just at the bottom of the green. So it's not that that's controlling the speed. It's the power controller. My throttle lever is set. I'm not touching it. And now it's going all the way back down to 1. So does that mean it's now going to slow down? Yeah, it's just gone off now. So I bet now it'll stop me. So now I've got to increase the power, which I do. This is the weirdest thing in the world to try and work out what the heck it's doing. If it was like a step change, I'd understand it. So if you increased it and then put the throttle back into a neutral position, or knocked it up or down, but now I've got the throttle set and it's still accelerating. So now I put the throttle back into motoring, which is in theory the off bit, and it's still accelerating. and now it's decreasing, and I haven't touched anything. What? Why didn't the tutorial tell us how to actually drive the train? You'd be better off giving us a loop and going, right, get it to this point, and then it does this, and then you need to do this. Or you just sit back and enjoy the ride, and we don't know that what the hell's going on either. So yeah, the power controller's now sat at 6 on its own. Again, not touching any. I'm not touching anything. Not touching the mouse. I'm not touching any controls. I get that it'd be affected by the gradient, but why would that would adjust the speed? Yes, but why is that adjusting the power controller? Because if I'd have had it set to a speed, then I would imagine the power controller go up and down. It's built in 1944, whatever it was, so I'm guessing cruise control wasn't exactly a thing. So it's not adjusting the power to maintain the speed. It's not. I'm not adjusting the power. I call in. So I honestly don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Yeah, the bar is going up and down. It's going full, half, off. But that doesn't seem to affect anything. When it's on full, the power control, the power's coming down on its own. And now it's going down again on its own, but it's holding. It's not constantly coming down. If I worked out what it was doing, I'd be able to compensate for it. But it's like, what the heck is it doing? Oh, we got 2 reds coming up. Oh god, now we're going downhill. This isn't going to end well, is it? Well, I'm not touching a control. Not a thing. It's doing this all by itself. Right, so now I'm going to have to start braking. Right, so I applied the brakes. I got no idea which side. Right side? Right door's unlocked. Okay. Scenery looks great. What was that? See, I should have gone with that. That's just a standard loco pulling the one going the other way. So I might have had more of a fighting chance. Right, locked doors. Okay, Mittenwaldbahn is next. So, train brakes to running. Power controller to just about on. And we're off. If I go power to controller to motoring, it still keeps it. Oh no, it doesn't keep accelerating. Oh god, now we're going downhill. Don't go downhill. God, I have to brake. Welcome to Runaway Train Simulator. Was it made by Amstrad? Yeah. Right, so now we need to do the acceleratory thing again. Yeah, scenery looks lovely. I just got no idea how to drive this thing. Oh god. Train brakes running. Come on. Don't stop. My wheel's turning. Blimey, this is stressful. Okay. No, don't accelerate again. Why are you accelerating? No, don't accelerate. Why is the power controller going up to 7? Now it goes off. Right, power controller in motoring, which is the off position. But now I need power again. So I've got to put power controller into on, and then it accelerates. Which it doesn't, because we're still in the down mode. Now it's going to go to full on what? Oh god, now we're flat out. No, power should now be off. Power should be off. Train. God. Come on. Right. Now the power controller's in braking. Now I need to get back into... Bloody hell. This is more difficult to drive than a steam train. Right, now you're going to accelerate again. But you saw me go through the tutorial. It didn't tell you anything about how to actually control the motors on the train. It told you I do multiple things twice and then gave up on you at the end, but you know, we come to expect that from tutorials. The only place where it seems to be happy is on a completely flat track. And just crawling along at like minimal speeds. Nope, there's no other tutorial. There was a tutorial on the route. Right, that's engaged. It's the tiniest bit of power, but then it just accelerates. So the route's probably very nice. I chose this train because this was the, you know, a train with the route. I thought that'd be interesting. Right, power is now off again. So back into the motoring section. Train brakes on running. Slightly uphill. Nope, on a flat again. .4 miles to the next place where we're attempting to stop. Oh god, now we're going downhill again. You're going to have to apply some brakes. Maybe I should have done it the other way. If it was more downhill coming from the top down to the bottom, at least I wouldn't have to adjust the power, just play with the brakes. Alright, a mile to go. Still on the brakes, 30%. Power is off. So hopefully now I've got enough speed to get down and get into the station. Oh, that looks pretty. No, Mittenwaldbahn. Alright, 700 yards. God, now we're going uphill. Don't do that. Don't go uphill because it means I've got to apply the power again. There we go. Right, power's in. Right, I have a green. Right, power's off. I think you've just got to wait for a long delay with the power. It was another type of train, not the same ones we had going past us a minute ago. I was not waiting to go out. Right, Mittenwaldbahn. Yeah, what about a bit of stopping? Right, unlock doors. We're only a minute late. How? How is that possible? Well, that one's clearly not going the other way. We haven't seen another train moving yet. Although we've only passed two. I thought that might have been, if we're late, I thought that might have been waiting for us and then that going off down a single track. Obviously not. Right, lock doors. Right, Scharnitz. Right, oh, right, train brakes into running. Power into on. And then into motoring. Alright, we have a green, good really, because I wouldn't have stopped in time for that. God, we got a 50 limit coming up. Okay. Let's see if we can apply a bit more power then. Although 14 miles an hour seems quite quick, thank you very much. Definitely picturesque, give it that. Oh God. Right, power controller is off again. Well, sounds like a diesel. Well, obviously everything's electric, isn't it, up here? Which, you know, on one hand I get it. Electric, clean for the environment, but my God, do electric overheads make the landscape look ugly. I get why they can't have third rail, because you get, you know, electrocuted cows and things. Pretty much all the trains I've been on over the weekend have all been overhead. Right, come on, put some power in. You can't just lightly apply the power. Come on. Can we have a little bit of accelerating, please? So again, without touching the throttle, we've gone from like 10% and it's just still increasing. So now if I go right, throttle off, the power comes down. It doesn't stay at a set amount. That's the bit that's confusing me. If it was put it into accelerate or throttle increase mode, and then when you get to the amount of throttle that you wanted, you then put it into the off mode, and it would maintain that amount of throttle and decrease it, go into decrease mode, back into off mode. That I can cope with. But this, I can leave the lever / throttle in one position and it decreases it. So now I'm slowing down again. So to increase it, I pull the lever back down, it comes back up again. So if I go, okay, I want to leave it at that sort of level, I then move it into the motoring section and it decreases it. It's just really, there's no switch, no. So now the power hasn't even engaged yet because we're still in the yellow bit, and now it's going to increase. There we go. Now it'll go full power despite the fact I'm not touching the throttle. It's really weird. Yeah, that ammeter is fluctuating. now it's just going to continue to accelerate. So if I then knock the throttle back to motoring, which is off, it decelerates. So you're either applying power or taking power off. There's nowhere where the power's idle. If I push the throttle back any further, it's into brake mode. Obviously, we're making progress, and we're only running, you know, a couple of minutes late, but my God, it's not an easy thing to drive. Right. Now that's just applied the throttle's gone off now. Is that going to apply some brakes? Yeah, amps is 0. Yeah, again, I didn't touch the throttle. How bizarre. Right, and now we're going uphill, so we've got to put some more power on again. Go. Main concern is there isn't a chair. Well, yeah. I think they'd be able to retrofit a little bench or something, wouldn't you? Right. Power off. What's that U mean? There's a U there. Maybe just something, a little drop down cushion you could, you know, like a half seat you could at least perch your bum on. So now I'm going to slow down again. Come on. Don't. No, you're going to stop me, aren't you? I haven't touched the throttle. Right, it's now not letting me put the power on. I'm guessing now until that comes back down to 0. The station's just there. I can see it. No, that's not coming down to 0. Come on. 30, 20, 11, 10. Right, now can you put the power on? There we go. God, now we just got flat out power. God, don't go flat out. Stop accelerating. Jesus Christ. All of the brakes. Bloody hell. Yeah, I think one of the other trains might have been easier to drive. So I'm probably not doing the route, the justification it deserves. Right. So brakes to running. Power control I got to take off. There we go. And off we go. So we've still got Gissenbach, Seefeld, Reith, Leithen, Hochgazelle, Innsbruck, Innsbruck. Like 4 Innsbruck stations. We're not due there for another 40 minutes. God, now it's accelerating. Don't do that. Why are you still accelerating? And it's misty. Yeah, a bit like we had with Brussels. Brussels Nord, Brussels Midi, Brussels Central. Right, now, why are you slowing down? Okay. Oh, hang on, no, I've got to do the slow, let's get it back to 0. Come on. Right, now apply. There we go. Yeah, every time that goes half full, we're just getting all the power, despite the fact that motoring. Oh my god. Don't stop doing that! Jesus Christ, this thing's impossible. Right, now I'm going to slow down again. Did I enjoy the weekend? I did. The journey back was a bit traumatic. Well, from getting off the train to getting home was a challenge. But yes. No, Karen's quiet on the train. Oh, why have you stopped now? But no, going to Innsbruck on not Innsbruck, Antwerp on Saturday night, and literally we only left the station, got food, and went back in again. Oh my god, what an amazing station! Makes me want to go and explore that area again. And then yesterday went to Knock, which seems to be like the seaside resort if you live in Brussels, because it's just full of holiday flats. A good time to go is out of season, because I can imagine in peak summer that's absolutely heaving. And then did a little bit of the longest tram route in the world, which from end to end is 2.5.
44 moths. 44 fecking moths. Moth times many more moth and moth.
Thank you, Ethan. 41 of the moths. Yeah, we did a small section of the longest tram route in the world, which is 2.5 hours from end to end, and which ran right along the coast, or runs right along the coast. So it kind of makes me want to go back and do all of that. So it's not trains for me. It's the travelling. And it was an experience going on a double-decker trains and seeing bits. I certainly wouldn't have done, if I was on my own, I wouldn't have just jumped on a random train and went to Knock like we did yesterday. And then I certainly wouldn't have just gone and jumped on a tram. Hi, Ethan. Ooh. Okay, not all of the train may be stopping at this station. Oh, that's blurry. Jesus Christ. This has to be the most impossible train to drive I've ever come across in Train Sim World. But yeah, I would like to go back. Now I know how easy it is to get around Brussels, and how the tram system, metro system works, and how easy it was and how cheap it is to travel. We did the hour and a quarter journey to Knock and back, and because it's a weekend, it's cheaper. It was like a tenner. So it's really well worth it. So if we look to going into Germany, that was expensive, but I think you could spend a long time just exploring Belgium. Right, running. Oh, I got to come off the power first, haven't I? Okay, let's get that down to 0. Right, now go on the power. There we go. Right, 3.8 miles to Seefeld. God, now you're going to apply all the power again, aren't you? That station at Antwerp. I'd seen videos on the area and hadn't really put 2 and 2 together on that station being the one that looked amazing, but we got off the train, it was like, holy crap. Train tracks stacked three high. So it almost makes me want to go, okay, what is there around Antwerp? Bruges seems expensive. The hotel we stayed at, once we got used to how to get there by tram, because they'd shifted some trams around, so we missed a couple by trying to work out where the tram we wanted actually stopped. But it was right on the end of the line, and then like a 4-minute walk from the tram stop. It was a budget basic hotel, but did the job, but it was cheap. So now I know you can actually do it relatively cheaply. The expensive bit, obviously, is getting there. We paid 50 quid each way, so £100 each return to go from London to Brussels, which, think about it, it's actually not bad. But now we're getting out of the winter, the prices are going up because more people are travelling. So it's trying to work out how you can get back there at relatively easy cost. So yeah, we'll see. I would like to go back. We will see what happens. Right, 28 miles an hour. And yeah, despite the fact we left sort of 13 minutes late from Brussels, by the time we came out of the tunnel, we were like 2 minutes late. So we made up like 10 minutes in the tunnel. So whether we just weren't behind anything that was freight that slowed us down. But that still meant that we just about, by about a minute, missed the easy connection to get back to where the car was. So that meant hanging around at Vauxhall, getting a train, getting a bus, and then doing like a 10-minute walk. And I got home here at 20 past 11. Which wasn't too bad, just over 3 hours after getting off the Eurostar. I trekked across London. I dropped Ethan off at like 10 to 10, which is the time I'd normally be going to bed, and then had an hour and a half drive in the pouring rain where visibility wasn't great. Idiots just sat in the second and third lane of a 4-lane motorway, which makes it difficult. A typical M4 journey. Got home, had a drink, watched some YouTube for 20 minutes to relax, unplugged my alarm, and yeah, woke up at 7 a.m. Right, 2 miles to go to Seefeld. So yeah, I do want to go back, but as I'm currently feeling today, the tired bit of me is now going, just spend the next couple of months at home. The get out there and do stuff part of me almost wants to just, you know, book the return, because I thoroughly enjoyed just doing something unplanned yesterday. Just, right, let's go here then. Right, there's a tram there. Let's go and do a bit of that for half an hour and turn around and come back again. Let's go to the sea. Did you drain the stevie a little bit? Uh-huh. Oh, why are you stopping now, you stupid... Look, I've got the power on. Come on. There we go. Well, no, we talked about going to Antwerp, but hadn't really sort of said when. The plan was potentially to go to Aachen on Sunday, but that was going to be about 90 quid. So in the end, we did knock for like a tenner. And you know what? I think I actually preferred that. Because if we'd done Aachen and back, we'd have just got off the train, turned around and come back again. It would have been 90 quid poorer. We spent a tenner on the train, and then, you know, £2.50 on a tram, and saw more and did more than we would have done just sitting on a faster train going to Aachen and back. I say I do want to do that full-length tram run to at least then go. I've done the full, you know, I've been on and done from end to end the longest tram journey in the world. 2.5 hours. And even the double-decker trains were cool. Sat downstairs was weird. And we did get to see the sea. Right, 1.3 miles to Seefeld. I would say I've got used to driving this train now, but I think it's just luck as to whether the power's on or the power's off. I wonder what Ethan's Belgium station count is now. Oh God, don't get him started on that. The route's really nice. I like the route. It's an hour and a half from end to end. Okay, it's not high speed. The train, this is the most difficult thing I've ever driven in train sim. There is no logic to how it moves. A steam train would be easier. Well, I want to do a 4-line run to at least then, you know, I've done a 4-line run. Surprisingly, Ethan, and you'll be shocked by this, the tutorial wasn't great. Didn't actually tell you how to do anything in the train, and they told you how to do multiple things twice. Or don't keep slowing down. Come on. Exactly. One day I'll be surprised that Dovetail have done a tutorial where all the volume levels are the same. They actually tell you to do everything you need to do to drive the train in the correct order, to make it go, to make it stop. And you'll finish it going, you know what? Right, why are you accelerating now? So anything so far is we passed a couple of trains that have been pointing the other way. We've not seen anything move yet. You'd think if I'm running late, which I am now by 8 minutes, that if there's something waiting to go down a single track bit going the other way, that as soon as I go through the light, it would move. But that's not been the case. Blimey. Okay, that took a while to stop. I haven't looked at the looked at the carriages. Oh, and other thing, Ethan, there's no seat. You stand. So we've got a handbrake inside the carriage. What's stopping the passengers from playing with a handbrake? Oh God. Overhead luggagey things. Different. Oh God. Hello. Thank you. Right. Stand in the driving position. Thank you. Right, lock doors. Right. Brakes into running. No, running. Power into something. Oh God, don't apply all the powers. See, you put the power control off and it still accelerates. It's like, really? Now I've got a brake. Hello? That's 4 brakes. Now I've got to come off the bloody... Jesus Christ. Right, okay. Right, you're gonna... Thank you. Right, you're idling now. Okay. Yeah, it looks nice. Oh god, power on. I thought about the power on. Are you going to power on? Can we have some power? No, not too much power, just some. Oh god, now we're going downhill. Come on, that's 90% brake. That's 96% brake. That's full brakes. That's everything on brakes. And we're still accelerating. Come on. Jesus Christ, come on. Oh, now you're going to stop, aren't you? You scumbag thing. Right, are you going to move now? Right, power is off. We've got a red here that I'm slightly concerned about. Right, passengers are getting on. We've got a red, so I'm guessing we're waiting for something to come down, which will be the first train we've seen, if it does. How many more stations we got to go? Leithen, Hochzell, Innsbruck, 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 Innsbruck. Okay. Six. so I lock the doors. There we go. Well, I can't go because it's a red. Right. So we are there. Going this way. But that's a green coming the other way. So in that case, it must be a train down here. Shall we just line again a different train? Yeah, I think I like the route itself. I think it's just if I'd have picked the other train, then yeah, it would have been better because yeah, say the route itself is quite interesting. And it's an hour and a half. Right, we got to wait for that train then to come all the way down here. Yeah, scenery is. Apparently there are cows that walk across the line at some point. We haven't come to them yet. So I'm guessing if I wasn't so late, we wouldn't have got caught by that train. I reckon that train would be here, and it would have had to wait for us. But because I'm so late, that we've now got to wait for it. Hello. Tonight, by the way, back to some sort of normality. Well, as far as it can be. Back on the farm. Going to try and get the animals all in place, so that then we can start taking care of them. Some of the production's up and running already, so that's carrying on tonight. Tomorrow night, some more Train Sim World 5. I don't know what route. Something. I was about to say Saturday then, didn't I? Tomorrow's Tuesday, isn't it? Wednesday then is something multiplayer, don't know what yet. Thursday is some supermarket together. Friday night is something. Trucking? I want to say trucking. Or balls. And Saturday is the other one. I don't know. Right, we are waiting for a train to appear. Streams may change at short notice. Well, they don't generally. I just can't remember what they are, because that involves, remembering what they are. Or, I used to write them down on the whiteboard above me, but I gave up on that idea about 3 years ago. All my dry white pens went hard and dry. Is it single track? Yes, that's what I'm waiting to go on to. So yes, there will probably, I'm sure, it says not being completely decisive, be a return trip to Belgium, and hopefully this year, and hopefully try and have it be more than a couple of people, because it's always nice being somewhere and then seeing other people experience it. Certainly like the trams and the whole metro system around Brussels, which is really cool. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's one of the awkward things coming in. That's why he was bloody late. He can't drive the train. Between now and the end of time itself, exactly. off we go. But no, it's cool. The first time we went, obviously with Trent, it was learning how the whole system works and how the day trippy thing works. This weekend was all about getting out of Brussels and seeing how easy that was. Which is very easy and really affordable. Right, okay, so the train brake does nothing unless you're on a flat surface, is what we're saying. So you've got to use this one again. No, this one. Come on. That's every single bit of brake I've got is now on. Come on. Come on, don't stop. Just go far enough so I can get into the... No, don't. No, 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 no. Come on. Come on. Don't. Don't. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, for anybody wanting to get on the train, you might have to walk down the platform out onto the bridge. It's fine. You'll be okay. Just if don't just watch out for that first step. It's a bit of a long way down. Right. Right. Brakes on running. Power on. Okay. Go. It's a bit of a step. Now we get all of the powers, so let's take the powers off. There we go. Don't brake. Don't, why are you braking? Why? The brake's off. Why are you stopping now? Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. Right, power. Right, power off. No, power's off. Thank you. Power's off. Power's... Don't accelerate. God, this thing's impossible. For an hour and 25-minute run, we're currently running 13 minutes late. Just maintain this sort of speed. Just don't do the whole runaway train thing. And don't do the whole stopping train thing. The light at the end of the tunnel just went out. No, you're going to stop, aren't you? You are, aren't you? Don't stop in the tunnel. Oh, you stupid pile of German rubbish. Come on. Oh, now you're going to go full power. And now you're going to stop. Come on. No, alright, no, you don't want to go that. Okay. Now you won't come off the brakes. Right. Now you won't roll, will you? No. Okay, now we're going to have to go big. We'll go full power now, because that's what you want to do. Was there no tutorial for this train? Yes, there was, but quite surprisingly, it didn't tell you how to actually drive the train. Because it's not just a case of power on, power off. I think if you spent about, a week, 2 weeks, couple of months, maybe. But there's no logic to it. You can set the power controller in one position and it will accelerate and or brake. What year is this set? I think modern times, because it said these trains were still in operation 80 years after they were made. Because you've got the other normal trains going the other way. We've seen two of them. Oh, light's gone out again. So it's probably one of those trains where you just got to get used. You got to get in your head how it works. I didn't like step change. I'm just not a fan of step change trains, but I get the concept of them. So once you know how it works, you can then adapt yourself to making it work. This, no clue, and the tutorial didn't explain to you how the actual motor system works. We got motoring. You then put it into braking, which reduces the power, which also then stops you, even though we're going downhill. And then you've got power on, which even if you leave the power set in one position, it will do what the hell it likes. So me reducing the throttle isn't bringing that number down. It's a really weird system. Which, if the tutorial had taken you round the loop, I think it might have been more beneficial. Or even put the tutorial on a section of this track. Or have a hilly section on the test track. So now I've not touched the throttle, and that's now gone into the power controls coming down. I don't get it. Route itself seems really nice, but I thought I'd do it in this train because I thought, oh, this is quite cool. Right, now it's going to stop me, isn't it? So I just had the power go off. Even if I go full power now, it will just... Come on. I can't... Oh god, I don't accelerate. And now it stopped me. And now I can't see what the brake's doing. No, it's not showing me what the brakes lever's doing now. How's the trip? Good. Right, come on. Right, you're now going to go into going forward. Right, that comes off. And go. Okay, now we've got the audio from the game. Okay. No, we have still got audio from the game, but no audio from the motors. No, brakes are off. Right, are we going to go? Is this some sort of bug? It's electric, so no, I haven't turned the engine off. We were going along and all of a sudden it's decided to stop. And not give us any audio. What is wrong with you? Right, I'm going to go full brakes on everything. It's obviously the game's had some sort of bug. Right, control supply off. Control supply on. I'm getting nothing from the controls. Yeah. Open the doors. I've got audio. So something's broken within the train. Right, running. This is because I'm in this tunnel. It's not liking it. Right, let's reduce this back down to 0. Right. Now that should be a point where I now go. Brakes off. Locomotive brakes released. Train brake is in running. The power... It's trying to increase the power, but I've got no amps. Brake gauge is on. Alright, let's go emergency brakes. Put that into emergency. Alright, release the brakes. Brakes are in running. Nothing. Power's coming on. Power lever's coming on. Is this for release? It releases tomorrow. See, I've still got audio. But there's no, it's almost like there's no power to the train. Yeah, it thinks there's power to the train. and I'm not even rolling. If I could get out of this tunnel, we think just releasing the brakes and coming off the power would it would roll because we're on a downhill slope, but obviously not the case. I've got a feeling we're not going to be doing a 4-line run in this somehow, because it just came to a halt here. That's the blowers for the motor, train heating, main circuit breaker. It's set, that's fine. Pantographs up, control supply is on. Master key is unlocked. Yeah, we've got audio outside, but we're just not moving. Brakes are on release. Power controller, put that back to 0. Right, power controller's off. Brakes are off. We should roll. Power control in plus, which is on. I know what I'll do. Right, I did the I'm stuck thing. So I think it's now put on all the brakes. Does it put everything? Oh god, it reset everything. Okay, it has. Okay, right, we can work with that then. Right. Okay. Master key unlocked. Control supply on. Pantograph. Raise. Circuit breaker set. Compressor automatic. Blowers slow. Battery charging on. Oh, we have movement. Well, obviously, it didn't like something in there. Say, I didn't do anything. I just came to a complete stop. Now running 27 minutes late. So the route itself looks really nice. Come on, don't stop me. See, it's like that. It shut the power off on its own. And I don't know why. Now it's going to stop me. Really? it won't roll, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You don't want a runaway train. And now it's going to stop the... Oh, no, there we go. Now we got full power. Don't give me full... Right, now it's full brakes. Come on. Brake. Blimey. This thing is the most impossible. It's... I'm not saying it's not accurate, but bloody hell. Right, you're going to give me any sort of power in the forward type? No, you're going to give me... Jesus, come on. Right, now can you give me some power? There we go. I think if I can get to this first Innsbruck station, I'm going to call that a win. Right. Downhill we go. Now let's just cut the power. Why have you done that? I wasn't touching anything. Now you're going to stop me. Come on. Why slow down? I didn't. This train is possessed. Right. Okay, I'm off the power. Okay, I'm not touching any of the levers. I have to brake now. Come on. Come on, 4 miles, and then I can be done. Right, now you're going to just accelerate all of your own accord, aren't you? Brakes are on full, power levers in reverse. Now we're just about starting to slow down. And now it's going to stop me. Oh, come on. The route I've got no problem with. This train is ridiculous. Again, probably very accurately modelled, but the tutorial didn't tell us how to drive the train. So you're plonked into it and you've got no way of regulating or controlling this speed at all. And now we're accelerating again. Alright, 4 brakes. Yeah, lovely scenery. Right, now we come off the brakes again. And then it'll stop me. Right. You dare stop going downhill. Probably driving in real life, you probably get more of a sense of what's going on, and obviously you have training that's more than 8 minutes, and actually, you know, someone would tell you actually how to drive the train. Again, this is a pre-release version. Hopefully that tutorial will be fixed by the time it releases tomorrow. I've also got to say, do we actually need any more mountain train routes in Train Sim World? How many have we got now? I think we've had enough, don't you? They're probably very nice. And there's people like that sort of thing. Oh god, we're accelerating again. Right, 4 brakes. Come on. Come on. I know there's a lot of weight pushing us downhill. Right, I do get that. The braking is fine, he says. Come on, 1.4 miles, you can do this. Yeah, I'm currently running 30 minutes late. It's because there's a stupid train. That's why I'm getting to the first Innsbruck station and calling that a win. I'm not going to all 4 of them. I think doing it again in the normal train will be fine. Can we go skiing in Innsbruck? You go for it. Skiing's never been something that has interested me. Any kind of sport. One of those adrenaline-filled skiing things, no, doesn't interest me. Used to enjoy watching tennis. Nah. Used to go to cricket. That was mainly just to do the drinking thing. Right, come on, it's maintaining 30. Don't slow down. Please don't slow down. The brakes are on running now. Come on, less than a mile. Oh God, now it's accelerating again. Come on. Do the braking thing. You're gonna stop, aren't you? There is no fine control with this thing. Well, I'm guessing we're not stopping here then. Oh, actually, no, we might. Blimey. There we go. That'll do me, I reckon, donkey. Blimey, muck, Charlie. I was hoping I'd be able to run away and get a bit of a view. There we go. Innsbruck is down there, but we've arrived at an Innsbruck station, and I think that's enough, don't you? The route itself seemed quite good. That train, never, ever, 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 ever again am I going anywhere near that thing. I'd rather take a steam train down there, because at least you can get an idea of the concept of actually making it move. There are timetable runs in the other things, so an hour and 40 minutes, Dortmund, Garmisch to Innsbruck. So the full run is an hour and 40 minutes. So a good length of route, albeit not very high speed, but that's quite good. You've got the 103 as well, which is depot runs, and the little tiny thing there, which is short, freighty stuff. So yeah, the passenger runs can be done with the old one or the new one. I should have done it in the old one, and yeah, come back and do this again. I'll do it in that. So yeah, hour and 23 minutes one way, some that are an hour and 40. Why? I've got to say it, Dovetail. You're making it looks like there's more drivable scenarios, but does it really count when you've got change ends part 1 at 2 minutes, change end part 2 at 2 minutes, change ends part 3 at 2 minutes? Change ends part 3 there at 1 minute. If you actually looked at all the drivable scenarios for that train and took out everything that's less than 5 minutes, how many have you actually got? 1, 2, let's count them, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we should count that, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, just 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 drivable scenarios that are more than 5 minutes, and 2 of those were like 6 and 7. Is that really enough? I don't think so. And how many have you got in this one? 1. That's a part 1 thing, so we're gonna have to count that, I suppose, aren't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, just 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45. What is the point of these? Surely with technology you could link that and be one thing. Depot part 1, depot part 2. Have that as be one thing. Change ends. Why do you need 3 parts of it? Have that as one thing. And why do it again straight afterwards? So, my verdict then, it's going to come as no surprise. Based on that train, would I recommend buying the route? No. Based on the number of drivable scenarios across the 2 passenger runs that you get for this route, can I recommend buying this route? No. I know they base these on actual timetables, and it probably is accurate for the actual timetable. I would rather see actual full-length drivable routes. I'd rather see less of them, but of the full route, than those 1 minute and 2 minute scenarios. What are the point of those? Never understood them. Shame, really. And again, as I said earlier, how many mountain routes do we actually need? But people like them, otherwise they wouldn't be creating them. There we go then. We may come back and visit that at some point in the future when we run out of everything else. Tomorrow night, trains-wise, something. I don't know what. I'll pick something and do it. Maybe try and pick a route that we haven't done in a long time. I'm sure there's probably quite a few of them. And we will do one of those tomorrow. Next stream though, back in about 3 3/4 hours time for some farming at 6 p.m. Carrying on our farm, back on Farm Sim 22 on Elm Creek, doing setting up the animals and things. And then Wednesday night something, Thursday night is the supermarkety thing, Friday night is either balls or trucking, I can't remember which, Saturday night is one of the other ones, and then Sunday more farming, and then next week more things. I am here now for the next couple of weeks, I think, without not being here, so there we go. Back to some sort of normality. There we go. Thanks, you in chat, for keeping me company for the last 2 and a bit hours. Thanks to Aaron and Ethan for resubscribing. And there we go. I'll be back later on this evening to do some of the farming type things. Until then, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.